Hey, this is Jack from Fluency.com and I bloody love this time of year. It's early January and by this time a lot of you have thought about what you want to achieve this year. Now we can call this a New Year's resolution, and this is when you decide to do something or to stop doing something. For a lot of you who are here on this channel, this one thing is to learn English. You're here because you want to reach a high level of English. And I can see the excitement in the comments at the moment. People seem really fired up about reaching that high level of English and making 2017 the year of fluency. I'm no different. I love setting goals and thinking about what I want to achieve over the next 12 months. And in fact, I actually have a few goals that I've set myself this year. This is something I do every year, and I have a pretty good track record of hitting these goals. Before I share these goals, I've got some bad news for you, because it's estimated that only 8% of people who set goals actually achieve them. That means over 90% of people don't achieve the goals that they set out at the beginning of the year. From experience, you'll know this is true. Maybe you have done this as well, but it's very common for someone to say, okay, I'm going to give up smoking. I'm going to drink less. I'm going to start learning English. I'm going to get fit and healthy. And then by February, they have given up. They've lost that initial excitement. They've lost that initial motivation to do what they set out to do. The good news is that there are certain things you can do to ensure that you give yourself the best chance possible of achieving the goals that you set out for the year. So I'll talk about that soon, but first here are my goals for 2017. Firstly, I want to grow this YouTube channel to 200,000 subscribers. Now, on January the 1st, I had about 21,500 subscribers. So this is a big goal. I want to take this channel to the next level. This is a goal that I'm most excited about. This is my #1 priority for the year. And it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take me making videos, working hard, promoting the channel, interacting with you, the people who watch it. But I'm really excited about this goal, and I'm sure I'm going to do everything possible to achieve it. Another goal I have is to get in the best shape of my life. So in 2016, I put on some weight. I didn't feel very healthy, but this year I'm really going to commit to it, and it's my #2 priority. Now, most people say make health your #1 priority. You know, after family and friends, make health your #1 priority. But I'm just being honest with myself, it's not. My #1 priority is this business, and my health and fitness will come second. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be unhealthy. In fact, I know that I can balance the two to ensure that they both go together. But when it comes down to it, let's say on a Friday afternoon I have the choice to make a video or go to the gym, I'll probably make that video. My third goal is to learn French to an intermediate level. Now, I already have semi-decent pronunciation because I took a pronunciation course. I also have a little bit of knowledge of French as well from my time at school, but that was a long time ago. And in most schools, you know that language learning isn't really done properly. There's no emphasis on speaking. It's very difficult to make progress. So I know very little French, but I plan to become an intermediate speaker. What's interesting with this goal is that it's not my #1 or #2 priority. It's the third priority on my list of goals. So I'm going to take this slowly. I'm not in a big rush to get fluent straight away. And that's important to know as well. When you're planning out these goals, think about your priorities. In fact, that is the key of all of this. In order for you to achieve your goal, let's say learning English to a C1 level, check the description to see how you can evaluate yourself. But let's just say it's to learn English to a C1 level. You really need to be fired up about it. You need to be excited about it. You need to really just be obsessed with achieving this. Not obsessed in a bad way, but that obsession that actually drives you forward to achieve something special. And reaching a high level of English is so special. Not many people do it. Many people give up because it's a long journey. But that doesn't mean it has to be a horrible journey. You can make this fun, you can make this exciting. And that's what I want you to do. If your goal for this year is to reach a high level of English, that C1 level of English, I want you to make it a priority and I want you to enjoy it as much as possible. Because for me, I can't tell you how excited it makes me feel about trying to reach 200,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm so fired up. I'm so ignited with passion about it and I just can't wait to reach that goal. But I'm going to enjoy the journey along the way too. What makes this goal exciting for me, and if it's for you reaching that high level from an intermediate level, is that it's a little bit scary when you think about it. You know, it's quite scary for me to sit here and say, okay, I want to reach 200,000 subscribers. It would be a lot easier to say 60,000 or 80,000 or even 100,000. But by saying 200,000 subscribers, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I know that I'm going to have to make changes. I know I'm going to have to become a different person in a way in order to reach this goal. But because this goal is scary and because it's such a big goal, it makes me excited about it. And that's again the key. It's about getting fired up about this goal. And when something is a little bit out of your reach, if something is out of your comfort zone, then you can use that energy and get excited and get fired up. So when it comes to learning English, choose a goal for this year that gets you out of your comfort zone. Choose a goal that is going to help you really, really push on. Because if you just go ahead on autopilot, doing what you're doing now, then you won't make that big jump. Now, if it's not a priority for you, it's not a priority. And you can keep progressing at the same rate. But if you want to speak English with confidence this year, if you want to be able to understand TV shows and movies and have conversations with people, then reach higher. Choose a goal that scares you. Choose a goal that really gets you excited about putting the work in. At this stage, I need to tell you that if you haven't got my book already, go download it now. It's a 5-step plan for English fluency. And it talks about this 5-step progress to help you go from intermediate to advanced, or from advanced to proficient. So go check out the description, click the link, and download this book for free. But before you go, I have some extra tips for you. Tips that will help you stick with your goals for the entire year. The first one is this. After you have your goal, research exactly what you need to do in order to attain this goal, and then create an action plan that is specific to you. This is what most people miss out. You know, most people say, okay, I need to do the sentence method, or I need to repeat after native speakers, or I need to have conversations with proficient or native speakers. But they can't do this because they don't have the schedule to do it. They don't have the resources to do it. So it's really important that after you know what you need to do, create a routine based on your schedule, not someone else's, not this imaginary schedule, but based on your real life situation, and then slot English into this. Going back to priorities, maybe you need to stop doing something in order to start doing more English. So again, look at your schedule and say, okay, is this important? Am I spending my time wisely? If not, do a little bit more English instead. It's also important to have that belief that you can do this. Look at other people who have achieved this level and get inspiration from them. This year, I'm going to invite people onto my channel, those people who have learned English in a quick amount of time, and I'm going to interview them so that you can see that this is possible. And if this is you, then send me an email. There is a link in the description. And finally, again, this is so important, make the journey as enjoyable as possible. You need to enjoy this process of learning English. A lot of people do what they think they have to do instead of what they want to do. I've made many videos on things like how to choose the best book for you. And that just means finding books that are interesting. There are no books that you have to read to learn English, only books that you enjoy reading. So go on to Amazon, start reading the books, check them out, see if you're going to enjoy them, and then choose the ones that you know you won't be able to put down. One last tip is this: focus on the most effective methods. So It's okay saying, I'm going to study 20 hours a week, but it's what you do with your time as well. And I have a great method for you called the sentence method. There will be a link in the description. And this just shows you a great way that you can spend 15 minutes a day internalizing grammar and learning new words and phrases. So please check that out. Whew, there's a lot of advice there. I hope you have found this useful. Again, check out the description. There will be a summary for you. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. If you're new, subscribe. And if you really enjoyed it, then please share it. Okay, thank you very much. See you guys in the next lesson.